Welcome back into a brand new episode of Lynx Unleashed, the official podcast of the Minnesota Lynx. Wendell Epps here with Minnesota Lynx rookie Alissa Pili. Alissa, thank you so much for hopping on the podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
Pili hits one for Minnesota.
Well, Alissa, you obviously have had quite the story and quite the journey to the WNBA, but I want to just flash back to your early life first. Talk about just where you grew up, how you grew up, and ultimately, where did you find your love for basketball?
Yeah, so I grew up in Anchorage, Alaska. I lived in Barrow, Alaska for until I was 8 years old. So it was like my early childhood. But for the most part, I grew up in Anchorage, which is a bigger city. I mean, not compared to anything. Like
Not like in LA or New York.
Yeah. It's nothing compared to those. But it's like a bigger city in Alaska. Yeah, I grew up with, how many siblings? There's 9 of us.
Wow.
And so, like we're always busy, always out and about doing stuff. All my siblings be playing sports too. So, like we're always there to support each other at each other's games and things like that. So it was super fun growing up. We were surrounded by sports our whole lives pretty much. And then me and my older brother were the first ones to leave for college playing a sport. And I think just the first ones from like our family as a collective to make it to the Division I level and have such a big stage and like a platform. And I think that like coming from Alaska, that's very it's very rare.
Yeah.
And so I think we both take pride in that.
Did you guys have like any like family traditions, any fun things you guys would always do together as a group?
Yeah, we would do a lot of things. As I said, like my siblings played sports, so we're all competitors.
Yeah.
And, we find the competition in every little thing. But yeah, like traditions we would do, like we would go camping a lot. So our first camping trip of every year would be Memorial Day weekend. And, we would go out with our family, not just like me, my siblings, and my parents, but just like extended family, uncles, aunts, cousins. And so it would be like a big thing. We'll all have our circle. Everybody kind of parks their car and their RVs in a circle.
Nice.
And then, we'll have our thing going on inside of the circle. So it was always super fun. Like I remember one time because Memorial Day was like right after graduation. So I had 3 cousins who had graduated and we literally brought like a trailer out there and had like a whole like graduation ceremony for them. Because it was like, I think it was around COVID time too. So I think just made me that a main value for me is just family, spending time with family and things like that.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, family, it really makes you just appreciate what you had back then. And, that carries over now, right, to the WNBA with the Minnesota Lynx kind of being now your second family here. But I know you also had quite the high school athletic career as well. I mean, walk us through all the sports you were able to play and the achievements you were able to get through all of that as well. Yeah,
so I started, I think the first sport I would play was volleyball. So my freshman year, I started volleyball. I made varsity as a freshman, which was like at my school, we had a really good volleyball program. So it was like, I think I was like the first freshman to make varsity and start and everything. And then I played basketball, obviously, and then track and field. And when I was a sophomore, I did wrestle too, and I won a state championship in that.
Dang.
But once that was the only year.
That was just by the end of your sophomore year. You were already accomplishing all that stuff.
Yeah. So my first year, I won state in volleyball, and then track and field, I got shot put. And I don't remember if I got discus or not, because I have 2 discus.
Yeah.
And it was all my fault too. Like I had scratch, so that's why I didn't make it. That's really why I didn't make it. But so I think it's a total of 13 state titles. I have 4 in volleyball, won all 4 years, 2 in basketball, 4 in shot put, and then 2 in discus and 1 in wrestling.
Wow. So you have a trophy case back home? Like, where does all that stuff go?
Yeah, we have like because like I said, my siblings.
Your siblings also.
We all have like a collection.
You all have a collection, so like the whole Pili Wall of Fame. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, what was it about basketball? I mean, you were successful in so many other sports. What was it about basketball that ultimately said you were like, hey, this is a sport that I want to pursue professionally?
I think just like when I was around, I want to say middle school, like I started to travel because like in Alaska, the exposure is like something that's not good at all. And so like if you want to get seen and get your name out there, you have to go travel to play in tournaments where coaches will be and where you'll just get that exposure that you won't get in Alaska. So I think once I started doing that and once I started traveling with teams and just like honestly like meeting people and making relationships, like those were the best trips. Like I have the best memories from those. And I think just like the team environment was super special to me because like I said, like I'm a big family person. So like I have a lot of girls and like people I've built relationships that I call family from basketball and from those times too. So I think that's what made it super special for me. But like as far as like on the court, I would say like I just built this passion for just the game of basketball. Like when I started to get good and like understand a little bit more like the game and how like I don't know, it's a thing of beauty sometimes, you know, when it's played the right way. So I think the teams that I was on were really good, and a lot of the teams I was on like were very unselfish, and that's like the best type of team to be a part of, and it makes it so much more fun. So I think that kind of like built up my just love for basketball and like made me just lean in that direction.
That's awesome. And obviously this year, you achieve a dream, coming to the WNBA, getting drafted in a draft class that had a lot of attention, and you played a part in that as well. Take us back to draft night. You know, what were kind of the emotions you were feeling heading into that evening, and what was kind of your first thoughts when you found out that the Minnesota Lynx would be selecting you? Yeah,
so I would say the first feeling definitely nervous. I was super nervous and like, I don't know, it's a little bit overwhelming, but like a good overwhelming. I just tried to like do my best to stay in the moment and just to kind of like take everything in because it's like a once in a lifetime type of thing. So I think just me personally, like I'm somebody who like sometimes doesn't sit down and actually like feel what I'm feeling or like think about like things to like just like a deeper level of like actually like dang, like I really did this or like I was really here in this moment. And so I think that was a big thing for me in that like that night. And then I had my people with me, my boyfriend, my parents, my college coach, my siblings. Not all of them could come.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's quite a plane ride to get him up there. Yeah,
yeah, but to have them all there with me, I think was super special to me. And like to all the other girls, you know, everybody has their people at their table. So, I mean, it's just like a night that she'll never forget. It's definitely busy.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
Like after we walked off that stage, we had a bunch of things to do afterwards. But I mean, it's just like such a surreal feeling because like I said, like you're in the moment and like sometimes you don't even like realize how big of a deal it is and like the impact that you've made. And so, like, yeah, like I said, it's just a surreal feeling. Like it's amazing to see, to be a part of something like that and just to like knowing my journey, like when I think about it and, like I think about like, you know, my junior year of college, I was like, you know, like this dream is a little out of reach.
Yeah.
And so to be able to be up there standing on that stage, I think it was just like, like a dream come true. And it was like a relief.
Surreal feeling and just like, man, like I've made it and here I am. And you got welcomed very quickly here to the Lynx franchise. I know they put on a nice little event for you, and it's a quick turnaround. You guys finish the college season and then go straight into the pros. So kind of walk us through what was that transition like, and you know, what do you feel like the Lynx organization was kind of able to do to help you, you know, make that transition over from college here to the pros? Yeah,
like you said, it was a quick turnaround. I literally had maybe 10 days in Utah after the draft to then come and move out here. So I spent a lot of time just spending time with my family over there in Utah and like my teammates and stuff like that. And then, you know, like I had to come here and we started workouts. And so I got here a little bit earlier than training camp, which is like I'm glad I did because you don't just get thrown into training camp and you're all nervous and stuff.
Exactly.
Because I'm definitely the type of person who, you know, gets super nervous about that, like the first days and stuff like that. So, I mean, it was just really cool to like, because we played a lot of like open gym and stuff. So it was cool to like just get a feel for like the players that we did have here. And I mean, the transition has been tough, but I think the staff, the team, and everybody, it's like they're such amazing people. And so, I mean, it just makes, you know, it makes everything that's hard worth it in the end because, you know, like you're doing something great with a great group of people.
The Lynx, you know, people didn't think they were going to have the regular season that they did, but how about it? 30 wins in the regular season, tons of wins at home at Target Center, Commissioner's Cup championship win. Being a part of all that, I mean, what has that meant in your first year here in the WNBA to get a taste of true winning basketball with such a storied franchise?
Yeah, it's amazing because, you know, like when I went to Utah was like the first time in a while where I was a part of a program who was just like, you know, the expectation was to win and, you know, just to make it far and to be a great team. And so I think coming in straight like here, obviously it's like my situation may be different from others in the sense that, you know, like we have superstars on our team. I mean, other people do too, but I'm just saying like, to have superstars on your team and like a team that just plays so unselfishly and together is like who's stopping that?
Nobody.
And so like I don't know, it's just really cool to be a part of something that's just so special and just a legacy here and to see like us like just building upon that, it's really cool and I've been enjoying it.
Yeah, definitely. Chemistry seems really high, and I'm sure you've been able to have so many great encounters with all the girls. But has there been maybe a couple specific players that have taken you under your wing? Because, I mean, you being the youngest player now on this roster, have there been any vets that you feel like you've really been able to learn from on and off the court?
Yeah, I think all of our vets, like Court, Fee, K-Mac, Bridget, they're all super helpful to me. Anytime I need a conversation about, you know, like a dilemma or like a situation I'm in, I could definitely get advice from them. And, you know, they're just such great listeners and talkers to where, like, you know, at the end of the day, you know, they're going to give me, you know, maybe their experience or, like, something that they've, like, that was similar that they went through. But they'll also, like, you know, take account of, like, me and, like, just understanding, like, how I'm feeling about it or, like, you know, my situation and what I want to do and stuff like that. And also just, like, helping me on the court. Like, sometimes I'm like a lost puppy out there. So,
like, I need some help. Yeah.
So it's, like, it's super cool to have teammates who care enough to just, you know, give me advice whenever, you know, they see me struggling or anything like that.
It goes a long way, no doubt about it. Well, one game that you were not looking like a lost puppy out on the court was the Phoenix game, right? Earlier in the season, you put up 20 points. Just seemed like you couldn't miss. You came out on fire a night in which Lynx fans went crazy for you.
Pili again from the wing. You better believe it! Alissa Pili makes her presence known in the WNBA with 20 points tonight. Welcome to the WNBA, Alissa Pili. It's impressive.
Take us back. Obviously, now it's been a couple months since it happened, but take us back to that night. What do you remember most of that performance and really seeing, I mean, just WNBA fans, you know, stand on their feet for you specifically that evening?
Yeah, I think the thing I remember most is just, like, how free I was playing and, like, how, like, just worry-free I was. Because a lot of times I'll go, like, me looking like a lost puppy, it comes from me just thinking too much and like being like all like oh no, I don't.
And it's understandable. Your first year in the WNBA, you're trying to make perfection out on the court, you know. So
and like, I mean, I felt like I just felt like myself. Like I felt like I was really playing how, you know, I'm used to playing, and you know, because like when you come to a new team, especially in the WNBA, like your role changes and like everybody's does. So like I just felt like, you know, with a team like this too, any chances that I did get, like Coach Cheryl would say this to me too, is like what she likes about what I do is like I go out there and I'm still being me.
Exactly.
Except for when I'm looking like a lost puppy. But
that's not you.
But yeah, like I think the best way to describe it is like I was just like I felt like myself out there. And you know, it's like I feel like the best feeling ever is like to look at the bench and see your teammates going crazy for you.
Right,
the coaches all like smiling,
sure.
and so you know, it was super special. Like, I remember when I hit that last 3 and I hit 20 points. Like, I had looked over to the bench, and they were all just, like, smiling from ear to ear.
Oh, yeah. No, I was jumping up and down on the broadcast that night. A lot of screaming, Alissa, Pili, my goodness. So, yeah, no, that's fun. I mean, you've got an offensive bag. I mean, we saw that my other favorite play was that spin move you had in Vegas, you know, in crunch time. Game out of reach. You're like, no, I'm just going to go ahead and make the pain worse. But, you know, you've been able, it seems like you've learned a lot from watching players like Nafisa Collier and Kayla McBride doing their thing. I mean, how beneficial do you think that's going to be, you know, kind of moving forward now in your WNBA career, knowing that, hey, like I see this starting five, I see what they do on the court, and this is what it takes, you know, to get to the WNBA playoffs as a high seed?
Yeah, I think it's going to be huge because, like, me, I'm the type of person who's very, like, sometimes, like, if I'm put into a new situation and I'm still getting comfortable, like, I'll be kind of timid and, like, to myself. And so, like, it took me a while to kind of, like, gain that just, like, comfortability to go and talk to the vets about certain things. So, like, now that I've, like, gotten comfortable with them and kind of opened up more, I think, like, moving forward, I've seen how important it is to kind of lean on them and just, you know, kind of take advantage of the position you're in to learn from, like, people who are, like, amazing players and, like, also amazing people. So, yeah, like, I'm lucky to have them.
Well, Alissa, final question for you before we head to our final segment. Obviously, this is your first year in the WNBA. You've got plenty of years to come here. What's on your WNBA bucket list? You know, the league is growing. It's more attention, and it seems like it's only going to continue to grow year after year. But for you personally, what are you trying to hope to accomplish here in your WNBA career?
Definitely a championship. My first year would be pretty cool.
Could happen this year, yeah, right?
And then I would just say to kind of just establish myself as, like, an impactful player in the WNBA. And honestly, like, I don't think anything compares to winning championships. So,
yeah,
like,
no, I get it. Winning takes care of a lot. Yeah, so it'd be nice to get a ring in year number 1. That's awesome. Well, our final segment, Alissa, we do rapid fire with all of our guests here on this Lynx Unleashed episode. So you ready for it? You good with rapid fire?
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see. It depends on the questions.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot. All right, well, the first question is going to be pretty easy because we just talked about this. But what's one food you can't live without?
Oh, yeah, fun.
It's fun. See, I started off easy for you. What's one superpower that you wish you could have?
Teleportation.
If you had to compete in a talent show, you had to get up on stage, what talent are you doing in front of a crowd?
I'm singing.
What's your favorite sports movie of all time?
I'm going to just say Coach Carter.
Yeah, classic right there. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Oh my gosh, snoring, but I feel like I snore too. So.
You're like, I'm a victim of that too. Yeah. But when somebody else is doing it, that's when it becomes a problem. Yeah. What was your favorite or least favorite subject in school growing up? I'll leave it open-ended for you.
Favorite, I like to write when I had the freedom to write like what I wanted to. Least favorite, gotta be math.
Yeah, no one likes math, right? Yeah. If you had to compete on a game show with one Lynx teammate, and the grand prize for this game show you guys win, it's $1 million. It's a trivia competition. Who are you picking that you feel like will be a good tag team partner for you?
Oh my gosh.
There's some good options on this team.
Dang, I want to say K-Mac, but I also want to say Land.
Yeah, the Stanford education.
Yeah,
but K-Mac's a good one too. I feel like she would do well. So
yeah,
either or would work well for that.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah, if you weren't playing basketball, what career path would you be doing?
I would probably try to be a music artist.
Yeah, R&B, right? That's your specialty. Yeah, nice. And last question for you, Alissa. What's just one fun fact a lot of people don't know about you?
I would say a fun fact about me is I like to play cornhole.
Oh yeah, cornhole.
Cornhole is like a super competitive thing in my house.
Yeah, really. Okay, yeah. So that's where it comes from. So Lynx cornhole competition. I'm putting my money on you to win that. Awesome. Well, listen, thank you so much again for hopping on the podcast. Congratulations on all the success this season. Can't wait to see what else you do. I know Lynx fans love having you here. We love having you here as well. So just best of luck going forward.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it, folks. That was today's episode of Lynx Unleashed with Alissa Pili.